record. Our next variations for the exercises are like a step up. So we'll do them all together, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Follow me, we'll keep some of them the same though, right? First one is your air squat. Let's go together. Drop the bum beneath the knees, press the bum into the heels. Keep the thumbs up just over the eyebrows so you can keep your chest up as you squat. I'm thinking about keeping my ribs connected to my hips as I go. 5 more seconds here. Next one, you can continue to do your broad jump, or if you have a kettlebell, we're going to go for a kettlebell swing. Or a 5-liter bottle of water, that would work. Let's go together, so either your jumps or your swings. On our kettlebell swings, you don't have to go overhead, you can go just head height, but ideally up and overhead. We want to keep our hips over our heels and our ribs over our hips at the top. We got 5 more seconds there. So this is a variation if you have a kettlebell. Our next exercise, in our downward dog leg lifts, watch me, we'll go together in 5 seconds. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna rock forward plank, tap my elbow, and back. That's one, let's do it together. Leg lift, plank, elbow tap. Downward dog, leg lift, plank, elbow tap. Downward dog. Let's do one more. Leg lift, come to your plank, and then elbow tap. I know that's a little bit more confusing. Next is the knee tuck. Grabbing the knees, if that feels easy. We'll start in a hollow position, lower back on the floor, and we'll go for an alternating V up. So I want to sit up tall on my tailbone. Let's try that together, or stick with the knee tuck. We got 20 seconds here. I want you to think about sitting up really tall as you get to the top. Meet your foot. Lower back stays on the floor at the bottom. Shoulders stay off the floor. Time. 10 seconds, last exercise. You were doing your curtsy lunge. This time we're gonna chop towards that front leg. It looks like this. Chop. Keep the fists strong. Join me. Let's go together. Chop. Knee is on the floor on the back leg. We've got 10 seconds there, so you can get one more each side. Lovely. Time. One more round now for the warm-up. It's actually quite warm today. So one more round here. Let's close this down. And I'm going to show you the last progressions of exercises. We had the squat in that one, the swing, the leg lift into the elbow tap. Let me just show you that one more time. So start your downward dog, lift the leg, plank position, tap the elbow. Then you're going to rock back to where you started. Let's do one each side of those because I know they're a little bit confusing. Start your downward dog, lift one leg, roll into your plank, hips low, tap the elbow. Lovely. Same thing on the other side. Lift the leg, roll forward into your plank, tap the elbow. Back to downward dog. Lovely. Last set of exercises, we'll do them together. Ditch the jumper. But it's warm now. Last set of exercises we'll do together. The squat stays the same. We just have a check here. You can pick between your jump, your broad jump, or your kettlebell. Do either kettlebell swing or broad jump. Then we're going to do our downward dog in a handstand variation, and we're going to do a double leg V up. And you can add your kettlebell in on the curtsy lunge and chop. So let's go together. We'll go for 20 seconds, and then you're warm. We're ready to do our strength work. In 3, 2, 1, body weight squats. Thumbs up high, press the hips down into the heels. So you get that nice elevation of the shoulder blades away from the ears. Lovely. See how many reps you can get. When we're doing this in the workout, we're going to be counting reps so that we have something to aim for each round. Last one here. Either you're on your swings or you're on your broad jumps. Let's go for 20 seconds. On those kettlebell swings, keep an eye at the top that we're bracing our abs. And in those broad jumps, make sure that we're sticking in that semi-squat position. One more rep each. Next exercise, if you have a place you can put your feet on, come into that high handstand hold. Shoulders are over the wrists, and we're going to alternate lifting the legs. That's 1, 2, you do these in sets here. Stick with the downward dog leg lift if you need to. This is just to challenge you if you feel like that's not challenging enough. Lovely, guys. Last exercise, sorry, second last exercise is our big. So you have your knees up. We're sitting up and grabbing our knees, or alternating 1 and 2, or last progression, both legs sitting right up into those quads. You really feel the front of your legs at the top. 2 more reps there each, and then the last one is our curtsy lunge. You want to take this up, make it a little bit trickier. Grab your kettlebell, step behind and twist. Let's go together. Step behind and twist. Always twisting towards that front knee. Grounding through the feet. Last one. Whew. Lovely. So we're warmed up now. We're getting to our strength. I'll just go through the V-up. A couple of teaching points on that. The most important thing here in this exercise is that we start with our lower back on the floor. So if this starts to lift, that's your cue. Okay, I need to progress or regress. Start my feet on the floor, lift them as I sit up. Feet on the floor, lift them as I sit up. If that's fine, that's easy, you can start in a hollow position. Remember the hollow, the most important thing in the hollow position is that lower back. So tuck the tailbone, press the back into the floor, and then grab the knees. Always coming back to that flat back position. Then we're going for our alternating leg lift. That's going to make it tougher again. Or the final one, both legs lifting. So, when we go to do that in the workout, you decide. And you might start with the V-ups, get through a couple of them, start to lose the back, and then pull the knees in, do the knee tucks. Totally fine. The last one we did was this one instead of the downward dog leg lift. My feet are on a bench or a couch. I'm walking my hands as close as I can to the couch. My shoulders are over my wrists. And then from there, lifting one leg at a time. When we do that, we want to make sure that the foot or the toe is pointing towards the bench and not turning out. That's all I need to know for that. The next set of exercises we're going to do are strength work. So if you have a band, we'll use the band, or a kettlebell, we'll use a kettlebell. For the band, you're going to put it on top of underneath one foot, grab a band each side, and we're doing a single leg deadlift. No band or no kettlebell, no worries. Soften the knee, and we're going to reach out in front. If you're doing a body weight and it doesn't feel very, very challenging, add some reps on here, or do a 1.5. So grab the working leg, soften the knee, reach down towards mid-shin, up to the knee, mid-shin, and stand. I'll show you from the front. Hands grabbing the working leg, down towards mid-shin, up to the knee, mid-shin, and stand. The key point here on this, whether you're using kettlebells, whether you're using bands, whether you're using that 1.5 rep, is that back foot. Look at my hips as I go down. This, not very good. See, look, I think we're doing this really hard. We're gonna go down, we don't want those hips popping out in that toe. See, my foot now is pointing towards you guys. I wanna keep that foot and hip pointing towards the floor when I'm doing that rep. And that will keep my hips very, very steady. And that's what we need in that position, regardless of what exercise or what piece of equipment you're using. So let's go together, grab whatever it is you're using. Say if I have my kettlebells, if you have 2, you can put one on either side. Doesn't matter which hand it goes on. This will give you more balance or assistance. This will give you less assistance if it's on the same side of the working leg. So let's go 8 each side, 1.25 if you're doing body weight. Keep that toe pointed towards the floor, keep that hip straight. So for 8 here, control on the way down. You want to lift the arch of the front foot as you go. Keep that back toe pointing into the floor. 3, go. 3, 2, last one, and 1. And because it's single leg, you get that burn in the ankle because it's having to really stabilize. That is what we are looking for, regardless of weight or not. Lift the arch, back toe points down towards the floor. Let's go for our 8 reps. If you're feeling unbalanced, soften or unlock that working leg. So here, and then go. Keep that back hip pointing down towards the floor. 3 more here. 3, 2, last one. And lovely. With that, we're going to pair a push-up. No more push-ups, I can hear you from wherever you are. Not another push-up after Tuesday's workout. God, you just can't do enough push-ups. They get you very, very, very strong. So all options here: knees, feet, elevated, bench. Or you could do, if the knees are too easy and you don't have something like a bench that's elevated, you could do your negative, knees, press. For today's one, we're going to do 8 reps in total, and we're going to do an elbow tap in between. Watch me. All the way down, press, tap. That's 1. All the way down, press, tap. That's 2. We're going to do 8 together, or say 4 with the toes, and then rock onto the knees. So it's about getting those 8 reps today, not about getting 2 or 3 really hard ones. So start with the hard one, and as it starts to reach failure, go to the knees or go to an elevated surface. Let's get the gains. Let's go together. Full press up, elbow tap. 1. Full press up, elbow tap. 2. 3. Keep squeezing. Imagine you've got an apple between your armpits as you go down. That will keep your shoulder blade in a nice position. 1 more each side. Last one. Whew. And done. If they feel really, really easy, you can get 8 no problem. Lift your leg. We have 1 set done. We're going to do 2 more sets. If you want to make it a little bit tougher, you can use a band and a kettlebell. So if you have them, loop the band through the kettlebell and then stand on the band. Let me show you close up. So I have my band looped through like this, and then I'm going to put my foot on the band. So it's going to put a little bit of added resistance. We got our single-legged deadlift. Start standing, unlock that knee, keep that toe pointed towards the floor. Let's go for 8 per side. Lift the arch of the foot. If you have a kettlebell and it's not heavy enough or you're not feeling enough of a challenge, do the same. Go all the way down to mid-shin, up, down, stand. Whew, I can feel the burn in the leg already. All the way down, up, down, and stand. 2 more, all the way down, and stand. Last one. All the way down, up, down, and stand. They're a nice one because they really challenge your coordination as well, as I nearly fall over during the lift. So balance can be a little bit tricky here. It's a good thing, you get better at it. The key is that unlocking of the knee so that you can sit into the exercise. Let's grab the dumbbell, kettlebell band, or hands overhead, whichever one. Stand up first. Toe points to the floor. Let's go for 8 here. 1, 2, unlock that knee. 3, 4, 8 in total, or maybe you're going all the way down, up a little, down a little, stand, whatever feels best, whatever feels like you could only get maybe 1 or 2 more reps after. Hold it down, up, down. Last one here, toe pointed to the floor in the back. Lovely. We're into our push-ups now. Any variation. If your push-ups are very, very tired from Tuesday and they're feeling a lot harder than usual, stagger the hands slightly. So normally do my push-up like this. You could go wider, go one behind, one in front. You could go closer. Closer can be a little bit trickier. Let's go together. We'll do our 8. Lift that leg if you want more, or just do the negative if you want to challenge yourself, but haven't got that full push-up yet. Let's go down, elbow tap, 1, down, elbow tap, 2, 3. Tuck the tailbone, think belt buckle up into the chin before you go. 2 more, maybe 3 more. God, counting, that's the real job. Last one. Nice. When we're in that position, before I go, I'm thinking about pulling my shoulder blades away from my ears or crushing an apple between my armpit. And making sure I have my belt buckle pulled up towards my chin. That's the best way to keep your solid position. So when you come down, what we don't want, watch me, is look at this part of my shoulder, rounding forward in the front. I want to keep the chest up. Imagine I'm squeezing my elbows into my hips, and that'll feel my back as I go down. That's 2 sets, so we've got one more set of that. Your last set, we want to make sure that we only have about 1 push-up left in reserve and 1 single-legged deadlift left in reserve. Grab a little bit of water, I'm going to grab tissues, and we'll get going. And we're back. Let's go in on those single-legged deadlifts. Whatever way you want to loop it up, bounce, whatever it is, hands up overhead, 1.5 reps. Let's pick a variation of the exercise that when you do it, you're like, oh, that's really tough. That's going to get us stronger over time, that higher effort. So, 1 left in reserve here. Toe points towards the floor, unlock the knee. We got 8 reps here. You might need to do maybe an extra rep to get that intensity out of the movement, that's fine. If it's not, if it's becoming more than an extra rep, then I want you to add in pauses or go down slower. Keep pulling the belly button into the spine so that you feel everything from your tailbone and your rib cage moving back as you bend. Same thing on the other side. Keep that back toe pointed down towards the floor, soften that front knee. 8 reps in total. Send everything back with the tailbone. Where you want to feel that stretch all across the back line of the body like the downward dog. 2 more. Unlock the knees, you feel imbalanced. Lovely. Now we're into our push-ups. Find a variation that makes it harder. Could do it with your feet on a couch if you want to make it a little bit tougher. You want to stay the same, hit up your reps close to failure. If you're getting to 6 and it's like tap out, nothing left, that's fine. If you're not getting to 6, find an easier progression. Let's go together. Last set here. Push-ups, push-ups, push-ups. Think about that position we talked about with the shoulder. Squeeze the apple between the armpits. I'll get those top abs engaged as you do your press up. Four to go. 4, 3, 2, last one. Whew. 1, done. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's slow it down. Let's do a chest stretch. So you can do 1 or 2 things here. Start with your bum on the floor and your hands behind you, pointing your fingertips away from the body, pulling the shoulder blades back and down. So in a really, really open chest, you want to feel it in the boobs or the pecs. Walk your hips forward, keep the shoulder blades pulled down, and that will stretch to the front line of the body. Use the breath. You want to take it up a notch if you're not feeling the stretch here, and you've moved all the way out, keeping the shoulder blades back. It's a very active position. You want to increase that stretch. Find your couch, interlock your fingers behind your back, like so. Make sure that shoulder is rolled down, and then we can sit down into that position. If that's easy, do it in a squat. Grab the other side of the bench. Pull the shoulder blades away, sit down, walk your bum out. Keep lifting that chest through here. There's no free rides. Make sure you got your neck really, really long. Breathe into where you feel that stretch then. Lovely. Our last variation. This works if you have a corner. Here's my corner that I made earlier. Walk up to the corner, bring your hands wide, either side of the corner, elbows on the wall, and then you're gonna just drop your chest through. Breathe here. Stick with the variation on the floor if you need to. You can see me well there, yes? Elbows down, breath in. Into the chest, out through the mouth. 2 more breaths here. So it's nice to slow it down a little bit in between, so heart rate isn't living up really, really high the whole time. Next set of exercises, we've got our squat and we've got our row. So to show you a couple of variations how you can do that. If you don't have a weight here, go grab something heavy, maybe a book or something challenging, or a sweeping brush would also do the job. So if you kettlebell, we're going to use kettlebell. For our squats, we're going down. We're going all the way down. All the way down, up half, down, stand. That's one rep. All the way down, up half, down, stand. In the squat, I want you to think about lifting the arches of your feet. So my arches are lifted, then my ankles feel like they're corkscrewing out. So create tension in the ankles as you go down. That will create that torque of the hips to make space for the back to stay straight. That's our first cue. If you don't have a kettlebell, but you do have a sweeping brush, we're doing an overhead squat. So reach the armpits up towards the ceiling, lift up through the chest, and we're gonna go down as deep as we can, up, down, stand. Down as deep as we can, up, down, stand. So pick your instrument of gains, torture, whichever one, and let's do our squats. We're gonna do 8 reps here. Whichever feels harder, if you have added load, could be backpack, throw your back on the front of your body, even better. Let's go for 8, 1.5 reps. Hands underneath the dumbbell. Pull the belt buckle up into the chin before you go, lift the arches, and let's corkscrew the knees out at the bottom. Up, that's 1. We're going for 8 in total. 2, 3, think about crushing a can of Coke between your rib cage and your belly. So you got tension in the abs. 4, pull the rib cage down at the bottom. 5, pull the shoulders back. 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Don't worry if you're not getting super, super low. The depth will happen over time. So if you have a band, we're going to do a banded seated row. You pop the loop of the band around the arches of the feet. And from here, we're going to sit up nice and tall, keep tension in our abs, and make our pull back. We're going for 10 to 12 reps of these. Make it tougher. Double loop the band. This would be really tough now. Cross the band over, double loop the band. Jesus, brain fart there. Pop one arm in. That'll make it even more. So if you don't have that, you do have a kettlebell. I want you to go for that unsupported row that we practiced during the week. Pull the belt buckle up towards the spine, lift the shoulder blades back, make it pull. This time though, today we're going to do 10 reps. And do not fear, no weights or nothing. Come to line on your back. Belt buckle up into the chin, shoulder blades down into the hips. We're going to lift our body up and we're going to do swimmers. So watch me first. Make sure I get that core set. I'm going to turn and reach. That's 1. Slide it back. 2. The key here, look at that hand as it goes overhead. Imagine you're swimming. I'm sure swimmers make it look better than this. We'll get that big rotation as you turn. They are a little bit more challenging than they look. So on those guys, we're going to do 8 per side. And on our banded seated row, we're going to do 8. Unsupported row is kettlebell. We are doing 10. Let's go for it. Belt buckle up towards the chin, shoulders down into the hips. And let's go for a 10 reps. Make sure you're squeezing that armpit as you pull back. Keeping the integrity of the shoulder, which basically means a long neck and a flat shoulder blade. Lovely, guys. And that's our row done. Well done. That's 1 set. We have 2 to go. We're right on time. So, audio variation, grab your stick, grab your kettlebell, grab water if you need it in between. On the squat, watch me, very important. If that stick is coming forward as you go down like this, firstly, I want you to work harder to lift your chest and drive your knees forward. Secondly, I only want you to go down as far as you can keep that chest up. This is such a hard variation, like it's very tough. But let's do it well so that you get the gains, so that you get better over time. Put on Do it in a mirror or do your phone video so you can see where your position is. If you're doing this right, it should feel like a 10 out of 10 effort. So let's go together, grab your kettlebell, we're doing 1.5. Reach up, armpits towards the ceiling. Work through the feet out, knees out. Let's come all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and step. All the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and step. We got 8 here. That's it. Think about crushing a can of Coke between your belly and your rib cage. Keep looking up in that position. Lovely, last 2. Whew. I don't find them tough. Next exercise, we got our swimmers or our rows. So watch me, I'll show you from the front this time. So tuck the tailbone up towards the chin, pull the shoulders down into the butt, and we're going for a swim. So look at that hand, bring it all the way over, and slide it down. That's 1. Look over, 2. Give me a kettlebell any day. We're gonna do 8 per side, or you're on your unsupported row, or your banded seated row. Make sure you got that core nice and stiff here, so I'm not rounding my back. Think about lifting from the bottom of my hip bone up into my rib cage. Squeeze that apple between the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone in towards the chin. Let's go for our 8 reps here. Nice feel of a squeeze of the muscles in the middle of the back. Last 2. Nice. Grab a little bit of water, slow it down. Let's try the chest stretch again. So you've got this one. Here. 1, 2. Shoulder blades back. Or you can do it on the bench, or you can do it in the corner of the room. So keep the shoulder blades back, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, into the nose, out to the mouth. Make sure the shoulders don't round forward. Think about pushing your chest to the ceiling. And then we're looking to get the air in the front of our body when we do this. Tone the roof of the mouth helps you to target the chest a little bit more. Last one. Super. This is our last round on our weighted strength work. And we're into our conditioning piece. Whew, hectic day, right? The conditioning piece is quite long, so we want to build the intensity or the effort over the course of it's about 18 minutes, well 17 minutes that we're working. And on those 17, we're getting 2 minutes breaks in between, so it's a long time. So grab your weight, last round here, or your overhead squat, whatever one you're doing today. Remember that lifting of the arches, the crushing of the can between the belly button and the rib cage. And let's do our squat all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, stand. All the way down, halfway up, all the way down, stand. Nice. Keep those ribs tucked down. Lovely. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into that seated row or those swimmers. Those swimmers are tough, right? Really good to work the back. You really work all the muscles as well when you do them. It's a nice body weight exercise. It's kind of hard to work the back without any kettlebells or bells or a pull apart. So that one does the job. So pull the belt buckle up into the chin. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And let's do our row. Think about crushing that apple between your armpits. We feel the muscles of the back engaging and shortening. Last one here. Whew. Grab some water. Clear your space. Now the big question is, do you remember the exercises from the warm-up? No. Don't worry, I'm going to call them out each time. I'll do a quick recap now before we go. We use that kettlebell for the squats to make it weighted and make it tough, so that we've got like 1 or 2 left in the tank. Now we're going to do lots of volume or lots of reps with it. We'll just do it body weight. Squat, broad jumper, kettlebell swing, downward dog, leg lift. You're like, what are these movements? I can't remember. Don't worry, I'll be doing them with you. Anyway, we got the last one. The V up or the knee tuck, and then the curtsy lunge. So in between each set, that's 5 exercises that have 1 minute rest. We're gonna do each exercise for 1 minute. So I want you to keep track of your reps if you can. Not that it's really important, but just so as you get to the second and the third round, you're not like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just gonna stop. Generally the mentality is, oh, I got 10 in the first round, so I'm gonna try and get 10 in this round too. If you can, try not to go too fast in the first round. If you get 15 reps of something in the first round and 5 in the last round, that tells us that we just went out too fast. Our first round should feel like a 75% effort. Feel like you got some left in the tank. How you can do that is go slower, purposely don't do as many reps, or just work for less time. So each exercise will have a minute where we're working. You can say, okay, I'm gonna work for 30 seconds. I'm gonna work for 45 seconds. I actually bought a really cool clock I was gonna put in the back, but it's not working, but for the next time. So if you can use your watches yourselves or your phone for a timer, that way it'll allow you to work for as long as you want to. If there's a particular movement that's really gassy, like the broad jumps, you might need to say, okay, I'm only gonna work for 30 seconds here, so that I'm not getting really gassed out. But take that first round, take it handy. I'm only gonna work for 40 seconds in the first round for each piece and give myself 20 seconds of a break. You can do whatever you like with it. You could work for the full minute and try and work for the full minute on every piece. It's up to you, but take that first round a bit handier. If you wanna push, wait till the second or the third round. Okay, so let's get a tune going. Get your clocks ready. I'll give you a 10-second countdown. We'll do it together. Get my timer here. We're doing really well for time. So 1 minute on, 0 rest. Okay, this will beep. 18. This will beep every time. We're coming up to halfway, I think, so that's a good way of knowing. Okay. Music. Something a bit groovier. Okay, guys. Gonna give you a 10-second countdown. We're starting on our air squats.
Perfect.
10 seconds.
Just 2 instructions.
Just regular squats now. 5, 4,
I need
3,
you to
2, 1. 1 minute here.
When I say red light.
Going 75% effort.
When I say green light.
Nothing too intense.
Red light.
Count your reps if you can.
Green light.
So I'm at the 20-second mark.
Now when the strobe light hits,
I'm going to work for 10 more
halfway
seconds.
there.
That's halfway.
Now when the strobe light hits, I want you to move like this.
And that's 40 seconds. Keep working if you want to. Your next exercise is a broad jump, sitting that landing, or a kettlebell swing.
10 seconds.
We're going in 10 seconds on that next exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On that kettlebell swing, make sure you got those ribs pulled down, hips to the top, hips over the knees.
Now.
On something like a kettlebell swing,
You know we've all been
you might need to take breaks.
So we know
Take them if you need to.
green light is.
That's halfway for me. I'm only working 40 seconds. I might work for a little bit longer
Halfway there.
in that last round.
Green light.
3, 2, and our next exercise, either downward dog leg lift here, or leg lift into elbow tap,
10
or
seconds.
feet on a bench, feet on a couch, like this. We'll go together in 5,
Now when the strobe light hits,
2, whichever variation you like. Keep that toe pointing towards the ceiling.
hit the strobe.
1,
Hit the strobe.
2,
Hit the strobe. Hit the strobe. Hit the strobe.
you want to take it up a notch?
Hit the strobe.
To deep,
Green
knee
light.
to the nose.
Halfway there.
Last one for me. Keep going. You want a little bit more of a push
Yeah,
for our next
like
exercise.
Perfect.
Is our knee tuck
10 seconds.
or our alternating leg feet up or our feet up. Let's go together. 1.
Let's go.
Many reps you can. Keep that back flat on the floor. Shoulders stay off the floor at the bottom. Probably need to take a break here. That's halfway now.
Halfway there.
Progress the movement as it starts to break down. Last exercise, we have that curtsy lunge. Bring in the chop. If you want to make it a bit tougher,
10 seconds.
add in your kettlebell if you want to take it up a notch. Let's go together. It is the first round of 3, 2, 1.
Let's
Step
go.
behind, chop. Take your reps if you can. Keep that belly button pulled into the spot. Really good one for digestion. You're moving all the organs as you twist. Big step behind. That's 30 seconds
Halfway
gone.
there.
Big step behind. That can be done. You got 20 seconds. Our next minute is a break. 10 seconds, keep working if you want to. If you want to work at 75% effort, use the time, only work for 40 seconds. Time, little effort. Next set. I want to take up the intensity a little bit. That feels fine. I feel like I can do a little bit of extra time in each piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work for between 45 and 50 seconds. If that feels hard enough for you as it is at the moment, give it a try. We're looking for no more than like an 8 out of 10 today. Becoming more than an 8 out of 10. Break up the reps. Say like I'm going to do maybe 10 seconds on, 5 seconds off, or work for less time. 2 choices there. What we're looking for is to make sure that it doesn't get really, really intense. On the last round, you want to take it up. If you want to get intensity, push it down, or wait till the latter half of this second round. So for the first 2 minutes, we're only 6 minutes into an 18-minute piece. Keep heart rate up. 15 seconds with our body weight squats.
10 seconds.
Let's see if we work a little bit longer this time, or a little bit faster. Maybe 5% effort more. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Halfway.
Halfway there.
That's 40 seconds. 45. 50
10
seconds.
seconds.
10 seconds, run under swings for a broad jump. Start with mini swing. Up and overhead if you can.
Let's go.
Back straight those cowbell swings. A little bit of knee bend at the bottom. Think about squishing that apple between the armpit. We're halfway. Break up the swings
Halfway
if you need
there.
to. Take a quick break here. 40 seconds up. And that's 50.
10 seconds.
Well done. So either the handstand leg lift or the downward dog nose tap. Let's get going. Lift the hips over the head. One leg at a time. Keep lifting the hip over the head. Keep that mighty break when you switch back to downward dog. Quite intense shoulder exercise. Halfway.
Halfway there.
40 seconds. Toes trying to be a little. Keep going if you want to. Knee up or reach up for the next step. Lift that tailbone. 8 seconds here. 3. Any variation you like. Keep those shoulder blades off the floor.
Halfway there.
Rest movement if you need to. Oh, yes. And that's 50 seconds.
10 seconds.
Tracy London, champ. Nearly there. Let's make sure we're really stepping back from behind. 1. Let's go. Big step back. Lean forward into it slightly. 40 seconds to go.
Halfway there.
Keep leaning into the ribs down. Last breath. Time. Hold on, guys. 1 minute break. 1 minute in between rounds now. Let's take it up a little bit on the last round if we can. Now we can start to push it to that 8, maybe 9-ish intensity. So have a think now how you're going to do that. Is it going to be that you're going to work for a full minute? Is it going to be that you're going to work faster? Is it going to be that you're going to try and get a few more reps? Your decision. I would try and work a little bit longer so the minutes run into each other, or see if I can go a little bit faster at the start, especially on things like the squats and the downward dogs. They're things you really pick up on. Curtsy lunges too. So 30 seconds, grab some water.
Halfway there.
If this is feeling already like an 8 or 9 out of 10, don't take up the intensity, work for the same amount of time. See if you can hit the same amount of reps without making it work tougher. Go on 18 seconds. Last round here. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Start on our squats. Let's see if we hit a few more extra reps if we can. Maybe work for a little bit longer. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Unpredictable.
Halfway there.
Halfway. You can go a little faster. If you want to, work for a
10
full minute with
seconds.
me. Keep pulling the belly up into the rib cage. 5 seconds. Reverse swings. Or broad jumps.
Let's go.
Let's go. Change legs here if you need to. Keep that back straight. This is a good time to break. So you can get that extra set in. 30 seconds.
Halfway there.
That's 45.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Work your downward dog. 5 seconds. Find the variation. Let's go. Shoulder goes to wrist, wrist goes to head. Break them up if you need to. Direct the movement if you need to.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Last one. Where it goes to you. Next. Last set. Feel the bud in the abs. Lift the feet.
Let's go.
Great work if you need to. Stay
Halfway
up in that
there.
tailbone. Woo. Bend it if you need to. Just single leg if you want to. Woo. Keep that back on the floor.
10 seconds.
Last set. We're doing this. Good. You can go a little faster here. Lean forward into it. Keep that chest open. Push it here now. Keep that pelvic floor relaxed.
Halfway there.
Seconds, let's work for a full minute here. Fourteen seconds.
10 seconds.
Lean into it. Last rep each side. Done. Well done, guys. Oh my God, long one, right? Take a second. Come to lying on your belly on the mat. Lying down. Woo. Head down. Watch me if you're unsure. Hands by the side. I'm going to pull my nose. My bar is on the ground. I'm going to pull my nose off the ground. When you breathe into the nose, right through the mouth. Forehead on the ground. Nose off the floor. Into the nose. Out to the mouth. Let's do it now while I'm breathing in deep. Keep the nose off the floor. Into the nose. Right through the mouth.
Good.
30 seconds. Keep that nose off. Deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. Two more. Okay, guys. Find your corner of your wall. Bend our elbows. Go for that chest stretch. You can also do this on the floor. So my elbows are in line with my shoulders. Hands on the wall, elbows on the wall, and then sit forward into it. Into the nose, to the mouth. Put the chin back into the neck. Nice deep stretch there. Back to the walls now. Well done today, guys. Give me a shout out on the intensity of that one. I would have said like a 7 or an 8. No point where we're kind of kicking off, although I don't know what you guys are doing, but you could have made it intense. And if you did make it intense, think about how you did it. Like what tools did you use? 8 of 10, perfect, Richard. Was it that you were working for longer? In bits. But maybe it was just like you were working for longer in the minute, or you were using your kettlebell. But also good, like if you're doing 2 exercises a week, sorry, 2 training sessions a week, you want them to be intense. So if you can't get it from volume or frequency, get it from intensity. Make sure you're showing up pretty good on the day, and everything outside the gym is lined up very well. Guys, it's always a pleasure. Stop the camera now. Always